birds build nests. You ever thought about that? And how people basically build bigger, harder nests on the ground. And sometimes they even build them in trees. And the reason I'm bringing this up is because I have a theory. And that theory is that we're all actually bird people. We descended from birds. And we didn't come from chimpanzees, we came from ostriches.
I would say to bolster your opinion, your fact.
Thank you.
I know some pretty ugly people.
Me too.
And ostriches are probably the ugliest birds.
Yeah, I mean, the two ugliest people I know are in the room right now.
And I'm not one of them. Hold on, wait a second.
So,
1, 2, 3.
Yeah, and I'm not one of them, Mitch. So do the math. That means you guys are ugly.
Well, that'd be weird if it was you, because then you'd be talking about yourself in the third person.
I mean, I've been able to do that.
Go?
I say to my mom, "Mom, Caleb's hungry. Make me some grub."
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for tuning in. This is Fix That For You, where we fix that for you. My name is Kyle.
I'm Mitch.
And I'm Caleb.
Mixing it up on you guys.
You'll never know which order we're going to do next week.
You know how many combinations of 3 there is? 6. We can only do 6 to 10.
Caleb, you just gave away like our first 6 episodes. Orders.
Oh, I'm going to have to edit that out.
Yeah.
Just 3 factorial, guys.
This is episode 2 of Fix That For You, where we read embarrassing stories that were either sent in from our listeners or we find off the internet. And then we give great advice to these people and tell them how to figure out their lives.
The best advice.
So on my way over here, I saw at the Grand Castle in Granville that they're building.
The White
Castle. I'm very excited. I'm very excited for them to finish it, because I think it's going to be a wonderful structure to our great city. It's going to give a lot of hope to people. It's going to be like our city's Batman.
The building's going to be our city's Batman.
It's the building that we want, but not the building that we need right now. Huh. Anyways, have you guys seen this building?
Yes,
no, I don't know
actually.
what you're talking about.
It's enormous.
It's a huge building. You can't miss it.
Oh, you're talking about that castle?
The blue roof, yeah. The one that's
really
structured like a medieval castle. They put a lion on top of it. A lion statue.
Like how big?
A live lion
statue.
Banana for scale.
From what I could tell, it was about the size of a fly.
From your view.
From my vantage point, it looked to not be very big, but I'm sure if I got a little bit closer...
Pretty sure that's not what Caleb was asking.
It would be a lot bigger.
Okay.
I imagine it's gold on top of it. So now we have this castle-like structure in the middle of Granville, and it's already a super ugly building. There's no siding on it. It's a
such
blue
an
roof.
eyesore.
It's like a cinder block with a blue roof on top.
It is a cinder block.
And now it's got a gold lion on top of it. As if like the guys building the tower or the building were like, you know what this could really use to spice up? I know nobody wants this building. I know everyone hates it. But you know what it could use?
Just the thing.
A gold lion.
Of all the things he could have said, more hot tubs, free healthcare, college tuition reimbursement. No. A gold lion, man. Just slap it on the top and call it good. It doesn't have to look good in any other respect.
I'm convinced that they're not done with the lion statue. I'm convinced they're going to make it into like a griffin still.
They're going to make it more gaudy than it already is.
Yeah.
I think what they'll do is they'll take the lion and then they'll just add other creatures of the forest around it. We're gonna adding more.
We're going to have a whole Noah's Ark by the end of this thing.
You're going to run out of the roof? It's not going to be a blue roof anymore.
That was just like a factual statement. You're gonna run out of roof. Oh no!
I'm on this guy's side.
That's our biggest concern. They're putting animals. There's any animal-like structures on top of this building, and we're concerned about the roof space. Like
somebody call the contractor.
What if there's another species discovered? There's not going to be any room for it up there.
We'll have to build another castle.
We have to have every categorized species on top of this castle.
Oh man, could you imagine? They build just a set of these grand. What are they apartments? These grand apartments.
Are they apartments?
I think they are apartments, and they're going for like over 1,000.
Who would live there?
No, the whole thing's castle themed. So like, even if you're inside of it,
you're a king.
You feel like a king or a queen.
No,
or
that's actually
a Joker.
That's actually a part of the system. Is they actually are going to appoint a king and a queen of the castle, depending on who moves in.
And that's who you pay your rent to.
Does somebody? We're all serfs.
Yeah. Taxes. And the way they're going to decide this is they're going to have a battle royale, and whoever wins, there's going to be a boys and a girls, and whoever is the winner of each will become the king and the queen.
Will the boys fight and the girls knit?
No.
No, they're all gonna fight. They're all gonna kill each other
Oh.
in a bloody, bloody massacre.
If you filled this roof with animals, right, it would be beautiful. Beautiful and gaudy and majestic. And of course, there would be some woman driving down the freeway that would look, and she would be upset by the fact that there's too many animals on there. I don't like this. And she would go and complain to the governor.
It's not natural.
There's too many animals. This is bestiality.
You should have left it with just the lion.
That just escalated so quickly. Oh.
Well, the thing is, she doesn't know what bestiality means. She just sees a lot of animals. She's like, that's bestiality.
Oh,
She
yeah.
knows that's not a good thing. And so next thing you know, all the animals are taken down, and there's no more scientists left in the world to discover things, and it turns into anarchy. And then Kyle's happy, and the podcast continues, but it's anarchy.
Can you just explain to me the points in between she gets mad and there's no scientists left in the world? I just want to get a little snapshot of what's happening between those two points.
Here's the thing.
Honestly,
Mitch,
when
there
you
is
said
no
it-
point. No, it's literally one jump. Like, there's nothing in between there. She sees the animals.
The
she
entire
complains.
society of our scientists hinges on just one woman holding back from saying something stupid.
That's correct.
Wow.
Pretty much everything can be categorized that way.
The society is so fragile.
Wow.
It's we have to hold on.
It's so exciting.
It's all we have.
I didn't know it was such an adventure. You know, her saying that a lot of animals on a hotel is bestiality is the same as some idiot looking at a bunch of scientists and saying that's Scientology.
Dude, that's exactly correct. That is the perfect
Which
example.
also fits with this because somehow she gets rid of all the scientists.
Right, and that means that Tom Cruise is no longer the king.
Alright, you ready for this one?
Oh,
Let's
I'm ready.
do it.
I'm ready.
This post comes from user A Lit Leg Littery.
A lit leg glittery.
A Lit Leg Littery.
A lit?
Is there the word glittery in there?
Maybe it's a little glittery.
You didn't say it right.
Maybe it's a little glittery.
A little glittery.
Oh, Kyle, I didn't pick up on that at all. I'm kind of impressed.
I play a lot of
Mad Gab,
Mad. Is that it? Mad Gab? Is that what that game is?
where it's a bunch of different
Yeah.
word sounds smashed together, and you got to figure out what it's actually saying. Kyle's wife is calling him, so we're gonna stop everything we're doing. Apparently.
This post is by A Little Glittery, apparently. So, I went in for a routine lady checkup, and of course I scrubbed, scraped, and shaved like I was going on a first date with the man of my dreams.
She expects to sleep with a man on the first date.
Wow.
I don't want to read this anymore.
I don't want to do this one.
No, that was the whole thing, actually.
That's the end of the story. Okay, well, my advice is
For
don't sleep
one-
around.
Oh, wait. I scrolled down a little bit. There's actually a little
There's
bit more.
Oh,
Yeah,
thank
yeah.
goodness, redemption.
I shaved like I was going on a first date with the man of my dreams. And I decide I'm going to go with a new body spray I bought. So I sprayed myself like I was taking a second shower. I made sure to double spray the land down under so it would smell like a sweet
Yeah?
Malagnius.
Oh, what?
Lasagna.
A Malagnius?
Okay, M-A-G-N-O-I...
Let me look at the word.
M-O-G-N-O-L-I-A-S.
This is Spanish for vagina, I think.
Smells like a Spanish vagina.
Magnolias.
Magnolia.
Sweet Magnolias.
Okay, so listen to me. It's a hard word. I made sure to double spray the land down under so it smelled like sweet magnolias, or whatever the hell the scent of the month was at Bath and Body Works. As I'm laying on the table with my ankles to my ears.
Oh, this isn't a doctor.
Only.
Okay, doctor, but you're contorting my body. This isn't normal.
This is a circus.
As I get dressed up, I'm laying on the table with my ankles to my ears. My doc begins the exam and giggles. I don't know about you, but when someone is face to face with my lady taco.
Oh no.
It's called the fish
Okay,
taco.
I'm ready.
Get it
I'm
right.
ready to keep going. I can keep going. Laughing isn't the first thing you want to hear. So I'm asking, is everything okay? Of course my doc is apologizing, but he can't help but still...
It's a he?
But
You'd
he
be surprised.
can't help but still smirk. So I take a peek. And there's like little eyeball emojis after that, like
The peak. Emoji.
peeking around.
I've used that.
And oh my gosh, it looked like a party in my pants! I had used glittery spray. Under the 7,000 watt spotlight, it looked like a disco ball. Now I'm laughing. The doc is laughing. It's so awkward. He finds his way through Sparkle Valley. and finishes up. As he walks out, he lets me know that it's totally fine to come as you are. He said further, no need to get fancy. I'm dead. Well, problem solved, they're dead.
Wait, the doctor's dead?
She killed him.
No need to
Don't laugh at my vagina ever
There's
again.
no need to get fancy, I'm already dead. I can't be impressed.
Sprinkle some glitter on my tombstone for me.
Caleb, break it down for us. You're good at that.
Breaking it down.
Break the components down for us.
Alright, well, give me my cardboard and duct tape and I'll break it down on the floor right here. I'm really good at spinning on my head. That's such a dad joke. So I'm breaking it down into the elements.
Break down the components and the elements of the situation.
Okay, yeah, so this is what we're looking at. We have a woman. She's clearly very concerned about her image, right? Mm-hmm. Particularly her body image. She's pretty self-conscious. Maybe maybe kind of some low self-esteem. I don't know, but it could be that way. Statistically, it's most likely. Anyway, she gets prepped for this doctor visit. There's step one. Now, the error occurs in deciding to throw a perfectly random variable into the spy. Oh, I just bought this brand new body spray, and I'm about to go into an incredibly intimate doctor visit. Let me just spray this all over my body thoroughly, and I quote, like a second shower. Why would you throw that variable into such a...
That's oddly specific.
...tender situation?
Huh.
So
Tender situation.
Huh.
Is this like suntan lotion she's spraying down there? Or is it just like some sort of like smelling perfume?
Yeah, like a perfume.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that apparently had glitter in it.
Okay.
Yeah,
okay.
So there's the error, right? Unbeknownst to her, so she doesn't know. So she goes into this doctor visit not realizing that she's got a disco party going on in her pants. She pulls her pants off and puts her knees up to her ears, and next thing you know, the doctor sees, the disco party. And the embarrassment, I think, the root of the embarrassment is coming from she got caught trying too hard.
Yeah.
And the worst part is she wasn't actually, but he thinks that, which makes it even worse. And nobody in this generation wants to be caught trying too hard.
Good point.
It's the most uncool thing possible. And not only can you be caught trying to not look like you're trying, you can't be caught doing that either. So you gotta act like you don't care without people knowing that you're trying to act like you don't care.
It's a real complex game.
It's a real complex
game. Okay, we have
game.
a chess game going on here. 3D. Do you guys think that maybe this doctor wasn't laughing at her, but he was just having a fun time with the disco party?
Yeah, maybe it wasn't. Maybe she mistook that laugh.
Maybe a fellow dancer whispered into his ear and made him laugh.
I mean, I don't know if you guys ever been to a disco. I sure haven't been, but I can only imagine the kind of fun that they have at discos.
I would love to go to a disco.
Wearing those fun pants and having that funky hair.
Light up floors.
And I don't know about you. I don't know about you guys, but being in a vagina is quite fun as well.
Imagine if it was a disco and a vagina.
And so when you combine the two, you have one of the best parties on the face of the planet happening.
What if you added another component to this disco? It's a Dicso.
A Dicso!
Dicso! Assemble!
If this was indeed a Dicso party, I'm going to have to decide with you, Caleb, a man should not be allowed to be a gynecologist.
Right. I mean, guy's in the name, Caleb.
A Dicso
proctologist.
Oh boy.
I'm Caleb.
And that was crap.
Yeah, I think maybe she just, every time she goes for an appointment, just keeps putting that smelling perfume with the sparkles down there.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, and make it the norm.
Mm-hmm. Well, yeah, I mean, now she should probably grow an afro. And...
Wait, on her head?
Legend has it that when one cultural standard dies out, another one begins. And I think right now in our society, we are seeing the decline of women shaving their armpits and also their legs, I believe, and they also their belly buttons, I assume as well. And the other places that they have to shave would be their hips and their toes. And so we're seeing a decline.
Maybe their obliques.
And they're gross. So we're seeing a decline of shaving, so we must see a rise of another social norm, and that I think that could very well be sparkly vagina.
I've already begun.
And just the thought of it, as our forefathers made women shaving a cultural norm, they were turned on by that.
Wait, define forefathers, because if you're going back as far as I'm thinking, they definitely did not bother to
Really, you could say it another way. You could say your foreskin fathers.
I can define. I can define our forefathers. So there are 4 of them, obviously.
Right, and they're all...
There are our forefathers, which
homosexual fathers.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Which is, I believe, to be Stan Lee,
Oh, okay.
Hugh Hefner, Peyton Manning, and Mark Wahlberg. And those are our forefathers. Thank you. I salute you. And that's how you solve it, by making it a cultural norm. So that it's not a weird or funny thing to have a disco party going down in your pants. It's just everybody has a disco party going down in their pants.
So, in a modest culture, they might cover up something like cleavage. In the disco party culture, would the disco flair start to, you might say, manifest beyond the limits of the clothes, so as to suggest and offer some teasing?
Yes, I do believe it would have to, and I
sparkling cleavage,
and I do believe. See, I think we're getting away from the sexualization of cleavage, because women are speaking out and they want to start breastfeeding in public more. So we're starting to see the decline of sexy breasts.
Oh, well, I just thought that made breastfeeding more sexy.
Exactly what I was thinking. It's a sexualization of children, and that is wrong.
In what world? In what world is that? Where? Where do you see this?
Excellent question, Mitch. Well said.
I do believe that the teasing of a disco party would probably have to be someone in the torso area.
A happy trail of glitter.
A happy trail, but that's more of a man's thing. I don't want to see women adopting a man's form of teasing. I would like to see them. Piercings are a big thing, but they could be bigger. And I'm not talking like as in a social norm as in bigger. I'm talking like a bigger piercings need to get bigger. So I'm thinking that if you have a disco party, if you're a female of a disco party, you get a piercing on your belly button, but you shove a horseshoe down in there. You shove a horseshoe through your belly button.
Oh my gosh. And
I know it sounds crazy, but it symbolizes that of a unicorn. And you have that of a unicorn in your pants. You guys want another story?
Let's do it.
Alright. This one is from user blockwork_orange. So my work used to have this coffee stand that had muffins and other snacks too. I come up to it one morning and notice a muffin sitting on the counter on a plate, all cut up into little pieces. So I take one while the cashier and I are making small talk. It was yummy, so I took a couple more pieces and ate while we chatted. As I pay and walk away, I hear her coworker say, "Wasn't that your muffin?" And the pregnant cashier says, "Yeah." In my defense,
wait.
The cashier.
In my defense, who cuts a muffin into bite-sized pieces and puts it on a counter where everyone can reach it?
First of all, I want to say I think that's a good defense.
Excellent defense, excellent defense.
Excellent defense. Second of all, I want to point out that this person technically stole food from 2 people.
Yeah.
The woman and her baby.
But
that's at least 5 years.
Here's
if this was in India, would they have to get both of their hands cut off for that one crime?
Yeah, that's
not
correct.
India.
Yeah, I mean wherever Hammurabi's
hold on, let me Google it and make sure. Yeah, it's India.
Oh wow, I didn't know you could Google that fast. Well, here's my take on this. I hope she's having a boy, because if she doesn't have the balls to stand up and say that's my muffin, she better grow a pair.
Oh. Got him!
Ayo.
Wow, that was really well thought out,
Thank you.
She's literally growing a pair
pair
of balls in her body.
Oh, gosh.
Just to put it more...
Thanks for explicitly saying that.
Oh,
if my joke wasn't enough.
For our more latent
just so we're all clear,
listeners.
we're using balls as testicles, right? Just so we're making it explicitly painfully clear.
Testes.
This woman, the poster, blockwork_orange.
Yeah.
She was talking to this cashier. She doesn't work at this coffee stand, but like this coffee stand is at her work. Does that make sense? Okay.
I get it.
Okay, so she sees these muffins cut into bite-sized pieces, and she's talking to the cashier, and while she's talking to the cashier, she's eating the muffin. She does end up paying for the muffin. So this muffin
Whoa,
has been paid for twice.
That's called a double dip, folks.
I think responsibility falls on the business because that can't be legal, can it? To make someone pay for the same product twice?
Wait, does it say that the employee whose muffin it originally was paid for the muffin?
I'm gonna have to believe that they did pay
I
for
would
it.
assume that since they work there, it's a free perk.
Well, get this, okay? The coworker said, "Hey, was that your muffin?" And the cashier was like, "Yeah," as in like it was her muffin. She did own that muffin.
Right, but I mean, I own myself and I didn't pay for it.
You pay for it every day, trust me. just from your looks. Just from your looks alone.
Let me come at this from another angle, though, Mitch.
Zing!
If your question is a business allowed to sell a product twice and make a profit off it? The answer is yes.
They can, okay.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay. Can you explain that a little
No,
more?
that's all I have.
Okay, yeah, that's good.
I just Googled the code. The legal code.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Alright, so she has stolen food from a pregnant woman. How?
Did it say it was a woman?
Okay.
You're assuming again.
Never mind.
Shoot, you're right. Okay. She is stolen from a pregnant... She does say woman.
Oh,
she does say woman in the title.
Saying that.
Okay.
Just wanted to make sure.
And Mitch, can I say, it looked like you were going to point out, as a very great resolution, to sue the company for double charging for a muffin.
I was going to try and put the blame on the company.
Right, and unfortunately there's no legal grounds.
Of course.
Yeah.
That was a good thought.
We tried.
Wait, do we know if that's the case in India, because that's where they're at?
Oh.
Is it actually where they're
at? Okay, so we decided...
I didn't even have to look it up. I just looked at the previous Google from you asking about the two hands in India, and it was right below that one. So, easy peasy.
So, what can she do here exactly?
Well, here's what you do. Assuming she's obviously enough through pregnancy, it's only going to be maybe a couple more months. Like, if she can just tell by looking.
5'6", Caucasian, brown hair.
Yeah, you can see.
Assuming.
You wait it out till she has her baby. And,
you're gonna go Rumpelstiltskin on this woman?
Look, I don't know what that is, but look, you go to the hospital where she has the baby, and she walks up, you know where their window is, there's like 20 babies.
Oh, jeez.
And
I think I know where you're going with this.
She takes the baby.
No.
And then somebody says, "Isn't that your baby?" And then all she sees when she looks over to where she left her baby was a muffin. Cut up into tiny little pieces.
Oh, right, the muffin, yeah.
Wait,
the muffin,
okay,
not the
okay.
baby.
No,
Come on, guys.
okay.
I would never do that.
So what if she does show up at the hospital the day the baby is born with the muffin, but just takes the baby?
It keeps the muffin?
It keeps the muffin.
That is honestly too cold-hearted for me.
Or
I say one or the other. You can't have both.
I think the reason why this feels right to me is because you have to be consistent. You have to stay consistent in your habits, and if you're gonna steal a muffin once, you can't stop stealing. You gotta taste. You gotta taste it.
And you gotta steal bigger and better every time.
And so you up the ante every time versus a muffin. Then the
one
next time,
step was a human child.
Well, no, we're gonna build
What's
up to
the
that.
next step
We're
after that?
We have at least a little bit before the baby comes. So we start with a muffin, then we go to maybe a bunny rabbit, and then we have then we have
Does the pregnant woman own this bunny rabbit?
and then we have Target gift cards.
Whoa.
And then we have
children.
No. See, we had to down the ante from bunny rabbit to like something not living because like that was a little bit too much too quickly.
I see how you're doing.
So Target gift cards. Then we steal a bunny rabbit.
Again.
Back to the big thing.
Yeah, we gotta make sure we're ready. Then we steal a baby. And then we steal the Declaration of Independence, boy! That's what I'm talking about!
Oh, dang.
Let me propose a third scenario to the first two that you already posed.
Okay.
You lure the woman away from her baby's crib with a muffin. You say, "Hey, come over here. I want to give you this muffin. I feel terrible about it." And you set the muffin down, and as she walks up to get the muffin, you walk away and steal her baby really quick. And then when she turns around, boom, baby's gone, but she's holding a muffin.
So pretty much Kyle's suggestion, but the muffin's in her hand instead of in the baby basket.
A fancier version of mine.
You gotta lure her away with the muffin. Makes it more ironic.
Makes it more ironic.
Okay.
Like she willingly walked away from her baby.
Exactly.
Okay.
It shows a muffin
yes,
over
I got
child.
you.
Could we maybe do like an Air Bud situation where we make the baby choose? Like, so on one hand,
Just put it on the floor.
So we put the baby on the floor. On one hand, you have the thief with the muffin,
right,
coaxing the baby with the muffin.
Yes.
On the other hand, you have the baby's mother coaxing it with her maternal instincts, and we let the baby choose
with her nipples.
But we don't.
We don't let the baby choose?
No. We've trained this baby.
Oh, it's a fixed game.
It's a fixed game.
I see.
Because,
what exactly, though?
well, here's the thing. Clearly this woman is eating muffins during pregnancy. Once she has to concoct a plan, she starts continuing to make sure that this pregnant woman is getting her muffin fixed.
Anonymously delivering muffins to her door.
Get her addicted to muffins.
Right. Well, that's the thing. These are no normal muffins.
Crack muffins.
These are crack cocaine-laced muffins.
Yeah!
Or, pot muffins.
Let's say pot muffins.
Let's say pot, yeah. We're a family show here.
It's almost legal.
It's almost legal. But not only are these pot muffins, which make mom feel great and stuck on them, you put tiny little messages in the muffin so that when it goes in the mommy's body, the baby takes them out and reads them. You guys know where I'm going.
You made such a U-turn.
And then you,
so beautiful.
you really, capture that baby's heart. So that
form a relationship,
with it. Like sending letters to a prison, somebody in prison,
Abelard and Heloise writing love letters to each other.
Exactly. Really inspired by that. So by the time this baby's out, it's already done with mom. It's like...
And it knows how to read mid-English literature.
Yeah. I mean, you can work your way up to Shakespearean.
Are you suggesting we maybe feed the baby lies about the mother?
Oh, this is definitely part of the plan.
Make it
tell them, why do you think it's so dark in there? Well, your mom never turns the lights on.
She wants you to be in the dark. Damp, dark, cold. All you get to eat is muffins. You never get anything substantive.
This next post comes from user CoolBlack313. We might have to, are we have to bleep that username out?
Yeah, Cool White.
No, let's meet in the middle. Cool Brown.
Alright.
The middle would be Cool Gray.
Okay, a warm brown.
A warm brown.
And I just want everyone to know that cool is, of course, spelled with a K.
K. Is there a W in there, too?
Are there two more Ks?
Oh, not that cool.
No, it's just K. We have a bunch of pool noodles in our apartment. For random reasons.
Ew.
Wink.
Gross.
We have been fooling around with them and hitting each other with them for the past couple weeks. Tonight we were all watching TV and I felt the pool noodle underneath my foot. Jokingly, I went to take a swing at my unsuspecting roommate and swung for above her head. Ended up hitting her square in the ear and she began crying shortly after. I began to apologize profusely, but she stayed silent and everyone awkwardly looked away. Now I'm lying in my room in the dark, rethinking all of my life decisions up to this point. We will never brandish a pool noodle again.
Oh my gosh. Could you be any more melodramatic? What's the username?
CoolBlack313.
CoolBlack313. You are anything but cool. Let me just say straight up. No, hang on. Here's the reason. This is a sociological thing.
Go for it.
Maybe these are brand new roommates, right? Maybe they don't know each other very well. But if they're hitting each other for a couple weeks straight playing this weird pool noodle game, they're probably pretty close.
They're chill.
You know what I mean?
They should be.
They should be, anyway. And if you hit someone in the head with a pool noodle and all your roommates can do is sit there awkwardly and not look and pretend she's not crying, that's bad roommate dynamic, man.
Bad roommate dynamic, yeah.
Here's where the embarrassment comes from, I think. It wasn't that she hit her roommate and she started crying. The embarrassment comes from when she hit her roommate and she starts crying and then everyone silently looks away.
True.
So they're all sitting there watching a movie, I guess.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it was
they're watching
public
TV.
Shaming.
And so just picture it, she hits her roommate in the ear and she starts crying and everyone's just like, and no one's saying anything,
gosh.
and her roommate's they're crying and no one's saying anything.
That would be so awkward.
Yeah.
So I think what you gotta do is you gotta hit everybody in there.
Yeah. Just go on a rampage.
Just be like, I'm in charge here! I'm the pool noodle king!
Steals all the pool noodles.
You're gonna sit here and be complacent in the midst of this violence? Step up!
Because you what you can do is you can make an awkward occurrence into a power play. Which I think, a lot of these can be solved through power plays.
99%.
So you did it as a fun jest, maybe, but you got yourself in too deep, and now you have to go the whole extra mile.
You gotta dig your way out of that.
Finish this!
Mm-hmm.
My question though is it an individual whack to each person,
or
you get one huge sweep where you try to catch all of them at once?
Like a real
that's what I want to
Link up B situation.
You're just trying to be the most efficient and most lazy warlord of them all.
5 heads, 1 swing.
Oh man, it's head smacking day again. I really am not feeling it. Can you guys just line up for me? Okay, thanks. Whack, 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 whack,
and
whack.
each person squat. Okay, so it's like raising the bar. And if anyone a few ducks, so help me, there will be punishment in this house.
Thank you all for joining us on the second episode of Fix That For You. It really means a lot to us. You guys joining in 2 weeks in a row. If you have an embarrassing story that you would like to give us, or maybe you have a friend's embarrassing story, or maybe an enemy's embarrassing story, you may reach out to us in several different means or modes.
Yeah.
Caleb, I believe you have them for us?
Yeah, that's correct. I
do,
Mitch. I mean, I have them for you. They're right here. You can reach out to us on Twitter at FTFY Pod. You can find us on Facebook at FTFY Podcast. Or you could email your stories or questions or donations into us by email, which is ftfypodcast@gmail.com.
I would also like to thank the Cold Soda Club for the use of their song Ganip Ganop, featured as our theme song for this episode. Again, this is the Fix That For You podcast. If you enjoyed listening to this episode or the previous episode, go ahead and share with one of your friends. If you really didn't like this episode and you hated it, share with one of your enemies as a Torma Forger. I was doing so good. As a Torma Forger, you may forture your enemies. Well, that's all for us this week. I'm really glad we can end on a high note. My name is Mitch.
I'm Caleb.
And I'm Kyle.
You're welcome.
And the green sea, that's where we'll be.
You're welcome.
Torma Fortune.
A Torma
So
Fortune.
funny.
Torma Torture Jab. This is so good.
It's so good.
Dude, it was really good.